What is up, guys? This is your boy Zilla, and welcome to today's episode of the Godzilla Suplex Podcast. As today I'll be covering a very lesser known topic, and a topic that really bothers me because history and the NBA in particular haven't really corrected this, I think, sort of injustice throughout its history, and that is them not even going back and trying to see in those different 11 NBA Finals series that Bill Russell was in, who was the MVP. Because when we talk about the GOAT discussion, something that rarely gets brought up is how many Finals MVP a player has, especially from that time. And we know Bill Russell has 11 appearances, but how impactful was he in each of those 11 particular series? And I looked this up, about a month ago, and the answer really intrigued me. And today I want to debate with anybody who's willing to come on to tell me how many Finals MVPs does Bill Russell deserve? Because the award was introduced in 1969, which we all know. When it was introduced, it was the Lakers versus Celtics. Bill Russell was in his final year. And, Jerry West controversially won the award in a loss, even though I think he averaged like 30-some points a game. We all know that traditionally now, they do it towards the winner. So Bill Russell is potentially missing one Finals MVP. But if we're really debating, he should have way more than that. And I just want to see in this video, how much help did he really have on those runs? He's probably the most impactful defensive player of all time. And I just want to go series by series with anybody who's willing to come on and see how many Finals MVPs Bill Russell should have compared to his competition, which at the top, you got Michael Jordan with 6. So does he have more than Jordan? That's what I want to answer today. And if anybody's willing to come on and debate me while I'm live, go ahead. So first, we have Charles Mansfield. What is up, bro? A very huge fan of Bill Russell, and a guy you might recognize from my last episode of the podcast. How are you doing today, Bill?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good.
Bro, what? We're gonna kind of go series by series, because I know you love Bill Russell. I know you think he's the greatest defender of all time. You expressed that highly in our last podcast episode, where you were talking about how, the different stuff that makes Bill Russell special, how he's the greatest impact defensive player we've ever known. But nobody's really ever gone through the series before the award existed and really examined how many does he really deserve. And if, we really look through how many should he have, is it below Jordan? Is it higher than Jordan? He could potentially be the most valuable player in the finals, NBA Finals history. And that's why I want to look through the stat sheet to see. So in 1959, now this is where I'm going to start off with Bill Russell's rookie year. And I want to add a lot of context to this conversation, because a lot of people are like, where is Bill Russell? How valuable was he? And I would say that he was the Steph Curry of his era. If only it replaced three-pointers with defense. That is the equivalent to me of Bill Russell. What do you think about that?
I think, I wouldn't say Steph Curry. I say he has.
He changed the way defense was played, and
yeah, I think it's interesting, right? I think he has LeBron's level of value on offense, but as a defensive player, if that makes sense, which is kind of unheard of in the modern era, because we know how, especially with how the game is spaced out, and especially how easy it is, never been easier to eliminate good defenders from a given play. The value of a defender has rapidly decreased from what it used to be. But back then, right, where everything was condensed towards the basket, if you were a great or Hall of Fame or all-time level rim protector, you could have even greater than an offensive player's level of value, which is why I think Bill Russell might be one of the most valuable players in NBA history.
Now, I will say this towards the conversation. I want to start off by looking at where the Boston Celtics were before Bill Russell got there.
I think the Celtics are a great team. See, I think do you think?
Okay. The Bill Russell Celtics were actually number 1 in the league, which a lot of people like to look over, okay? Because in that league, the Boston Celtics won nearly 50 games. Everybody else won, or the Syracuse Nationals won 41. The St. Louis Hawks won 41. So out of 9 teams, the Boston Celtics were number 1 before Bill Russell got there. Now, of course, we all know that they did not win the finals. Like if you look at, where is it? In the finals, they lost 4-2 to the St. Louis Hawks, and I think Bob Pettit. Mm-hmm. So yeah, Bob Pettit and Cliff Hannigan.
I think it's also important to notice with that team is that they were the worst defensive team in the league.
And then when we turn to the next year, they get a rookie, Bill Russell. Now, the thing is, when we look at this finals, we have had to examine who was the most impactful player as far as we can tell. So if anybody, I'll just name the stats off to you guys, and we're going to go game by game. And I want to see what y'all answers are on who is the most valuable player in Bill Russell's first run to championship. Did he walk into a championship? Did he have a lot of help? And what if and whatnot is kind of like, okay, it's kind of like a little bit weird to try and decipher that because nobody's really ever asked that question. So, and this one's going to be particularly tough because it's only 4-game sample size because they swept the Indianapolis Lakers. So the first game of the 1959 NBA Finals was 115-118. So it was a close win for the Boston Celtics, and they beat the Indianapolis Lakers. And we're just going to go down, the Celtics, stat sheet. Okay, so in 46 minutes, Bob Pettit went 6 of 24, 25%, 0 of 2 from the free throw line, had 10 rebounds, 6 assists, and 12 points. Which I would say that's such a mixed performance. That's an awful shooting percentage. Well, Bill Russell. What did you say?
No, I was just gonna say that from those face stats, it doesn't sound great.
Like then you have that Bill Russell, who played 43 minutes, the second most on the team. He went 2 for 11, 18% his first finals game. 1 for 3 from the free throw line, 33%, but had 28 rebounds and 7 assists and 5 points. So that's another mixed stat sheet right there. The 28 rebounds is impressive because I think, he led everybody in rebounds that game by a considerable margin. Larry Faust had 19. So, he had 10 more or 11 more than anybody else. He had 7 assists, which was tied with the most behind his teammate. Now, his teammate, Tom Hinchin, had 24, 7 assists, 14 rebounds, played 38 minutes, went 36% from the field, 100%, 6 of 6 from the free throw line. Then his other teammate, Frank Ramsey, had 29 points, 5 rebounds, went 13 of 14 from the free throw line, 92%, 8 of 20 from the field at 40%. And that pretty much rounds off all the guys that had a really good game. So we have 4 guys here. Out of these 4 guys I just listed, who sounds like they had the most impact? Because I'm just going to give my opinion what everybody's thinking about first. From what I see, I got to go Frank Ramsey because he did this all in 27 minutes. Now, I don't know if he came off the bench or not, but 29, so he nearly had 30 points. Had 5 rebounds, and he shot 92%. 13 of 14, 92% from the free throw line, 40% from the field, which was the highest on the team, or the second highest. But it was the highest per volume of what anybody else was shooting, considering that Tom Hinchin shot 36%. Bob Cousy shot 25%. And Bill Russell shot 18%, which are all awful. And he did on 40% in less minutes. I think I would have to give it to him, even though Bill Russell had 28 and 7. But then again, and especially in the face that, Elgin Baylor had a 34-point, 11 rebound, 4 assist game on 42% shooting. Like, they literally only won by 3, so his contributions were crucial in this game. Does anybody have, an objection to that?
Offensively, probably not. I mean, getting 14 free throws in a playoff game, that's just a lot.
And then number 2 would have to be, for me, Bill Russell, because he had 28 and 7, even though he shot horribly. But then that 18%, though, like, that's bad.
It's not great, but I mean, it even including rebounds, we're still kind of ignoring what actually happened defensively.
Yeah, I mean, there you can't say there wasn't a lot of defense being played in this game, in particular. But we don't know that, we're just going off of stats and discernible impact.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's kind of like, okay, well, you can't really, even if Bill Russell played great defense, the game was decided by somebody going on 27 minutes, having 29 points. Whereas Tom Henson, Bill Russell, and Bob Cousy all played 46, 43, and 38 minutes, which means the next player above him played at least 11 minutes more than him. At the least. And more, and yet he still has more impact than those guys and more shooting, especially because they won the game by 3. So to me, like, this game has to go to Frank Ramsey.
I mean, I can't definitively say that. Lucas probably made a good point in the comments just now.
What do you say? Oh, wait, let me check. I mean, I feel like it's pretty clear that this game went to him. I mean, if you won by 3 and somebody shot 13, that's a lot of getting to the free throw line. Like, that is a lot of initiating offense, especially considering, and you know, we could sit here and make an argument, but I think from the evidence that we're looking at, 5 points on 18% shooting is just not getting it. Like, there was nobody getting it in this game. Somebody had to score those points. Like,
I think I would feel, I don't know, like, the rebounds are really the interesting part about this, because like 30 rebounds per game, if I'm looking at this right, which is I'm looking at the thing right now, it's like, that's absolutely absurd, right? Like, how many added possessions is that for?
Yeah,
Ramsey, Tom, Bill, Bob Cousy, right? Like, how many?
If he had shot better, I would have considered it more. But 5 points.
For me, it's mostly like if kind of they had done better defensively as a whole. Like, the numbers of like the Lakers. I was just looking at, the reason I was quiet is I was looking at like the regular season versus like this game, or like kind of the rest of the playoffs versus this series, and like they didn't really shut them down defensively. It was mostly offensively, and a lot of that again is also Bill Russell just like getting so many rebounds, and then also Frank Ramsey.
But I mean, we could question his defensive impact, because these shooting numbers are not bad. They're comparable. Like if we compare them to the Boston Celtics in this game, right? I mean, it's 3 off. So Bill Russell, like, they were scoring on pace with them. Whereas if I had to make the case for Bill Russell, it would have showed him probably having more of a discernible impact in the margin of the score.
Yeah, like it wasn't really a defensive win for them. Like what you just said, like they were scoring at similar efficiencies to.
But why did that guy have to go 13 or 14 from the free throw line and shoot 29 points on 27 minutes in order for them to win? Like, I can't sit up here and make the case for Bill Russell. Like, yes, he probably got a lot of rebounds, but somebody's got to score that rock. Like, somebody's got to do it, because obviously these guys weren't doing it in this game.
Like, you're not wrong.
Like, that's why I would say so we will all agree that Frank Ramsey has game 1 of the 4.
Offensively, sure.
I mean, that's the only evidence we have to go on. Like,
I mean, I'm looking at numbers for the whole series right now.
Yeah, I'm just,
it,
but you have to go impact by game. Like, you kind of have to. I mean, yes, we can look at the series average at the end, but like, it could seem a little different. Like, I'm looking at game 2, right? So the Boston, this is where I can make a case for Bill Russell, because it was 108, 128. It was a 20-point blowout. So yeah, we can now start making the case where Bill Russell had his impact at. Okay, because now we see in this game, Bob Cousy shot 40%, 9-22, 3 for 5 from the free throw line. He had 11 rebounds, 15 assists, and 21 points. Bill Russell, again, shot 20%, 2 of 10. But he did shoot 62%, 5 of 8 from the free throw line, but had 30 rebounds and 9 points. Bill Shaman had 28 in 31 minutes, 10 of 25, which is 40% on 8 of 8 from the free throw line. Tom Hinchin, like everybody had a really good game. So this game is going to be kind of tough to discern who won this game. 9 of 8, 9 of 17, 52%, 24 points, 10 rebounds. So he had double-double, 85% from the free throw line. Frank Ramsey finally tailing it off, had 60%, 20 points, 8 rebounds, 50% from the free throw line, 33% from the... excuse me, I was looking right below. 100% from the free throw line, 60% from the field, 8 rebounds, 20 points. What the heck? How are we going to judge this game? Like, you could say Bob Cousy's triple-double because it was awesome, but he played every minute of the game.
I'm looking right now at like this Lakers team as a whole and kind of their season stats, and I'm kind of confused how they got to the finals in the first
they only had to play one round. I mean,
like they've had. I'm thinking about it. Like they had like the put in perspective. They had one of the below average offense and an average defense during the season, but their playoff defense was the best in the league. So just some context.
So here's the context, bro. Elgin Baylor shot 2 of 17, 11% from the field, which we could contribute to main reason of them getting blowed out in 35 minutes. Which
they weren't a good regular season offense either. I think they just won with their defense, or at least got to the finals with their defense.
When we look at this, it's a tough case here because Bill Shaman had 28, Tom Hinchin had 24, Frank Ramsey had 20 on 60% shooting. Like Bob Cousy had triple-double and played the entire game. And literally their point guard had a triple-double. Bill Russell has 30 rebounds. But I wouldn't give it to Bill because of that 20%. You guys shoot better. I love the rebounding numbers, but you gotta shoot.
I guess, but it's not like Bill Russell was not considered one of the greatest because of his offense.
You hear me?
Yeah. It's just I'm just looking at this series and I don't even know.
It's so close, isn't it? There's no
the Lakers as a whole did better than average offensively in the series, right? It's a small sample size, obviously, but
because I told you it was going to be tough because it's 4 games.
Yeah.
I would say this game, in my personal opinion, I would have to say it would have to go to the person. I would say Tom Hinchin because he had the most impact in the most areas on the best efficiency, 52%, 85% from the free throw line, 24 points, 10 rebounds. It's not as much as Bill, but I would say he has the most balance. Now, you could say Bob Cousy, but his percentage is still pretty low. But he's the only person that had a high number of assists. So we don't know how much, if we're assuming that these empty boxes are no assists, I would probably give it to Bob Cousy because the only other person was Sam Jones, who had 4 assists. I wonder, is that correct? Because if that's correct, then I would give it to Bob Cousy because he had a lot. How many of those assists went to the other players and got them quality shots? Which kind of makes me want to change my answer to Bob Cousy being the best player in that game. If that is 0 assists. Or, wait, let me check the actual box scan. The actual picture they took of the stat sheet. Free throws, personal foul.
Which finals is this?
The first one, 1959.
All right.
I'm trying to look. You can go right below the stats and see the actual box score picture of the stats. They literally actually have a picture of the original 1959 one. after the game was played. Bob Cousy. Field goals 47. They went 34-40. Dang, they went 34-43. Free throws. Gosh. Quarters 34. Dang, Boston outscored them every single quarter except the third. Let's see. I don't know. Like, I would just say Bob Cousy because of the triple-double. Because that means that he was giving them quality shots. And plus how stingy they were with, like, assists back then. Like, you do know, like, back then, like, if you had to instantly catch and shoot the ball in order for you to get the assist, it wasn't like a gather. So I would have to say, like, that's just on the non-gathers. How many gathers are we talking about here that he passed and then they drove and, like, hit a shot? You know what I'm saying? Because from what I'm seeing, there's not a lot of rim protection on that Lakers team.
Look at the series. The series stats.
Okay. Let me go back to the series summary. Now, what do you want to know?
I mean, I'm on it too right now, but, like, as, like, a general trend, this is so interesting. Like, the Lakers as a total dropped 39% from the field as a unit, right? And the Celtics dropped 41% from the field as a unit, right? Like, I really think the X factor in this series, outside of Tom Hinchcliffe and Frank Ramsey being relative dead eyes,
I mean, for real, because you know the average back then was like 41% from the field, so yeah. They were dead eye. They out here having the Hall of Fame badges. They were Hall of Fame badges out here.
I think the X factor, especially with the inefficiency, is Bill Russell's rebounding, right? Because the less efficient everyone is as a whole on both ends, right, the more important kind of that rebounding is.
I mean, the next person in the series is Larry Faust on the other side with 15. So, I mean, we could definitely sit here and make a case. The only reason why I'm really skeptical about it is that he shot so low. Like, are we really going to give the Finals MVP to somebody who shot he had 9 points on 31% shooting?
I mean,
but he did have 5 assists per game, though. He did have 5.
Yeah, he was also... Yeah, he also had the 5 assists, which is important. But, like, I think the big thing for me is the fact that he held the Lakers to 39% from the field.
What do you think about... I mean, Bob Cousy shot 30%. See, it's hard to give it to him either, because he shot 30%, which, I mean...
I'm giving it to Bob Cousy.
He almost averaged a triple-double. Like, that's got me, like, really questioning, like, that's a lot of a Joker, like, making up good shots for your offense. And he nearly played the whole games. But so did Bill. Bill played the same amount of minutes, so who do we think is the Finals MVP? Because I can make an argument, if we're going balanced stats, it'll probably be Tom Hinchcliffe. That would have won. Because he shot 47%, had
Tom
nearly 10.
Probably gets it. And I just also did some more digging in it, and, like, the Minneapolis Lakers were just a bad offense throughout the year. Like, they were averaging 39% from the field throughout the year, so I'm not really going to give that improvement on...
Yeah.
I'm not going to put that improvement on Bill. Yeah, I think Tom Hinchcliffe deserves it.
And he did it in 31 minutes. Like, what? 47% on 31 minutes? Like... Especially everybody else, but
he led the team in points, and
he was second. He was second in rebounds.
Yeah, he was second in rebounds, and
I think it was like third in
assists. Yeah.
So I mean, like, when somebody got to shoot the ball like really
and
well,
led the team in efficiency.
Yeah, like I would give it to Tom Hinchcliffe. It's narrowly, like this series would probably be the toughest, just because everybody shot so low. and like everybody's stats, we only have 4 games to go off of, and then on those 4 games, like everybody shot bad in different games. Nobody was really a clear standout. So now let's go to so Tom Hinchin has 1 of the 11. So now we go to the 1960 NBA Finals, where they beat the St. Louis Hawks in 7 games. And when we look at this, what did you say?
Nail biter.
I know, right? And when we look at the stats, Tom Hinchin shot 42%. So his sniping cooled off this series. Frank Ramsey shot 48% from the field on 18 shots, 7 rebounds, 1 assist. Bill Russell had 16.7. Ooh, okay. I think we have a case that Bill Russell could have won this MVP.
Okay, let's look at the other ones. Bob Cousy again with the inefficient series.
Like, bro. Like, this man
he is a triple-double king, apparently.
Guys, we got Russell Westbrook here from the 60. Okay, let me stop.
Alright, let's see.
I think it's pretty clear, like, me looking at this at first glance, I have to give it to Bill Russell because he shot nearly as well as everybody.
25 rebounds, 3 assists.
The 25 rebounds, 17 points. Like,
yeah, I want to look at the St. Louis Hawks season-long stuff real quick.
Yeah, and while you're doing it, I'm looking at the game by game. Bill Russell played. Bill Russell had 12 points, 19 rebounds, 7 assists. I don't think I gotta look at that more. He earned the first game. The next game, let's see here. The Boss, they lost. Who gave the most production? 21 points on 66%, 40 rebounds, 21 and 40.
Also, the season-wide, okay, so for context, season-wide for the St. Louis Hawks, their points per game were 113.4, which is the 5th place in the league, and they held opponents to 110.7, which is 1st in the league. And in the finals series, they scored 105.3 points. So that's a 6-point drop.
Oh, okay. So I'm sorry. Like, I'm looking at this. Bill Russell, the only bad game he had was like game 3, and Boston blew them out. Like, I'm looking at these games, and it's hard for me to make a case against Bill Russell because he's going nuts in these games.
Yeah, this one is clearly Bill.
Yeah, I would say this is clearly Bill Russell. I mean,
offensively and defensively, he was arguably the best player. So.
When we look at the stats, bro, it's literally Bill Russell is 4th in his team of points at 17, which is right under 18, 19, 22. Then he has 25 rebounds per game, 3 assists, which is 2nd on his team with a little bit of playmaking value. I think the runner-up would be Tom Hinchin with 42. And if Tom Hinchin's percentages were a little bit higher, like 40, the sniper 47, but Bill Russell's is nearly
separated from me is the Bill Russell's in the same tier as these guys offensively, if not like better because of the rebounding, the absurd rebounding.
Like, look at the total rebounds, 174 to 68 between him and Tom Hinchin.
He held the Hawks to 6 points per game below their average.
So yeah, Bill Russell, we have just awarded him his official first Finals MVP in his 2nd Finals. So it's not all 11 people like some Bill Russell stands think.
Well, also, the first one was like his rookie year, right?
Yeah, it was like his rookie year. So we gonna give him a break on that. Shout out to Tom Hinchin. Dude's name never gets brought up.
Sniper.
Oh my goodness. So then in this series against the St. Louis Hawks. Wait, let me delete this. St. Louis Hawks, Boston Celtics won 4-1 in 1961. So this is Bill Russell's 3rd Finals. I'm looking at the stats here. Yeah. Bill Russell. Okay, now this is a little bit gonna get a little bit tricky. Because, for one, it's basically between Tom Hinchin and Bill Russell. But I want to look at the elimination game. Game 5. Oh, yeah, Bill Russell's taking it. Don't even have to, like, I could look at the little Game 5 cubicle. Yeah, Bill Russell's taking this thing. Do I have to name you what he did in Game 5?
What did he do?
Okay, so in Game 5, the elimination game, Bill Russell went 9 for 17, 52%, 12 of 19 from the free throw line, 38 rebounds, 3 assists, 30 points on 52% shooting.
He also helped the Hawks to 10 points below there.
Yeah, we can give Bill Russell that MVP.
Yeah. Well, also having 4.4 assists per game, which is up. He upped his assists.
Yeah, like, so Bill Russell has 2. Like,
Back to back.
okay.
People are starting to call him the next Luka.
Luka doesn't even have an MVP. Oh.
I know.
Like, what? Okay.
The real question is, what MVP should Bill Russell have, not just what Finals MVP.
Okay, they went 7 games with the Lakers. Let me look at this series because this is a very important thing. This one's going to be we're going to need a little bit more context, so I'm going to look at score by score. You can kind of look at their season averages.
Oh, but this is the first series Bill led his team in points and efficiency.
That is true. He is really dang efficient.
And rebounds and assists.
Wait a second. Wait. Let me look back at that.
Assists. He averaged almost 6 assists.
Wait a second.
Cousy,
oh yeah,
still pedestrian efficiency, bro. This is insane. This is
like, no, what? Never mind. We're gonna give the MVP. That's his 3rd MVP. Okay, Finals MVP.
Like
23 points. 23 points.
Look at the defense.
23 points, 27 rebounds, 6 assists a game on 54% shooting.
That's like Curry level stuff for
I mean, even though Sam Jones shot 50% from the field on 22 points, he has nowhere near the rebounds or assists that Bill Russell does. Tom Hinchin did not play as good. He went down to the 30s. Bob Cousy actually shot well. He actually shot 38%, near the average.
Yeah, it's just.
But his assist, Bill Russell, that was all Bill Russell. So now, let's go to the 1963 Finals versus the Lakers. They keep fighting the Lakers, and the Lakers just keep getting boxed. In this Finals, it's so tough to bet. Oh my god. I would say Bill Russell again because he has a 2026-5 on 46% shooting, which is 2nd on his team. And the person that had more was Tom Sanders, but he had 13.5 and 9.7. And it's nowhere even close to impact, and he has less points. So Bill Russell was 3rd in points. Most, nobody was even at 100. This man's at 156. That's just sick, bro. That's just sick. Nobody in the series. Elgin Baylor had 90 rebounds. Nobody in the series went over 100. Yeah, I think we can clearly say that number 4, baby. He's catching up to Jordan.
Yeah, I think this is I relative to the other Finals MVPs. I was looking at the versus regular season stats. Probably the lower end of his defensive performances, but it's fine.
But bro, look at his offense, bro. Literally nobody even came. Bro, Elgin Baylor has 90 rebounds. Bill Russell has next to 156 rebounds and literally has 32 assists, which is 2nd to Bob Cousy. The man is unrivaled at that. He had more than 50 more rebounds than the next guy in that series.
Rodman, who? Right.
Rodman, who? Bro, how many? I wonder how many percentage of how many rebounds were in this game? Wait a second. 369 rebounds? Wait, let me, for the Boston Celtics, 333. I'm going to calculate how much of a percentage he took up of these rebounds. Wait a minute. Second. Calculator. You got my calculator. Because this is ridiculous. This is a lot of rebounds in a series, guys. This is peak. This is peak 50s for you. or 60s. Was seven. So there were 702 rebounds in this game. Or not in this series. I was about to say in this game, like what? Wait, people would be like, what? The 60s suck. 156 rebounds. 702. I don't know why. Usually just instantly bring it up. The actual percentage of that. Simplify that. That would be 2 of 9. So 2 of 9 rebounds were going to Bill Russell.
That's insane.
That is crazy. That is a Finals MVP right there. No questions out of me. So now I think next would be the 1964 Finals, which at this point we've given him 4 Finals MVPs.
Is it 5? 1965 Finals, right?
No, we're in the 1964.
Oh,
Warriors versus Celtics.
Yeah, okay.
Which would be Wilt Chamberlain versus Bill Russell, their first meeting. Let's just be honest. If we were going to do the Finals MVP to somebody, it would be Wilt. Let's just be honest. Like, he was the best player in the series. Like, every one of his metrics are just unfathomable. 30
points.
27 rebounds, 2 assists, which is kind of low. And we don't even want to calculate the blocks because they didn't have those back then, but 51%, bro. That's efficient. Like, I can't even sit here and lie. Bill Russell's a little bit on the low side of his stats. Still just freaking blows everybody out in rebounds, except he got out rebounded by Wilt. So there's a little question mark there, whether his impact in the paint. I might have to go Sam Jones on this one because he shot 55%. So he made most of his shots in this series. Now I believe this is the series where he hit that game winner, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm looking at the percentages. Now I gotta look at the games now. Like, what did they have in Game 5? Boston won by Wilt Chamberlain. Game 5 had 30 and 27, bro. Like, what are we doing out here, bro? Let's see your closeout game. Who was the biggest in the closeout game? Bill Russell had 45% and 43%.
Oh my god.
What?
Oh my god. Okay, so first off, like, I'm just looking at some details. Defensively, this might be one of his best. Like, this might be one of Bill Russell's best finals. Like, they held him to 102 points per game, right? And he held Wilt to 7 points below his average that year.
Ooh.
Although maybe it's not as impressive because they were the worst offense that year. Makes sense. You guys know my opinion on Wilt.
Yeah. Mr. Wilt hater.
Yeah, I mean, like, things that I'd bring up. Like, cool, like, he'll drop points, but like his team won't win. But they did have the best defense that year, so I'll give them that. Like, their defense was like that, and that's mostly on Wilt.
Well, Sam Jones, that 55%. That like Bill Russell only had 56. Bill Russell only had 56 points. Sam Jones had 106.
Yeah, in this
that's
game, in this game, given how bad kind of San Francisco's offense was anyways. Although like if they did if the San Francisco did do their league average, the Celtics would have lost because their offense per game was actually kind of trash too. This was just a defensive slugfest. Sam Jones is like the guy that hit the clutch shots, and Bill is just.
So I would give Sam Jones that MVP reluctantly, but we still got so many finals to go. We got like 5.
Sure. Like I think Bill is second. Bill's second for me. Behind
get it.
Jones.
Basketball is not numbers, Lucas, but this is the best we got. We can't literally go watch. If we could watch, I would have been watch the games. Okay, I would watch the highlights, got the context, but like, okay, this, that. Okay, clearly Bill Russell deserves all 11. But we have to.
In my mind, it's like, would they've been able to win this game without Bill? Would they've been able to win this game without Sam Jones? I feel like they needed Bill more than Sam Jones, but I'm fine with giving Sam the MVP.
55. I mean, the thing is the 55%. Like that takes so much pressure when you're shooting that high percentage for a series. Like the league average back then was like the league average was like 41%. Like let's keep that in mind. This Joker literally averaged like 15 points over the average.
Like every
on
rebound
21 points.
Every rebound he got from Bill was just Curry.
Like, bro, it's hard for me to bet against that because that's so high. Like, that would be literally the equivalent, the era equivalent of somebody shooting like nearly 70%. Like, that's what that is. Especially in an era where it's built against guards, like, that's insane. Like, okay, so Sam Jones has 1, Tom Hinchin has 1, and then Bill has 4. So that's 6 of the 11. So we have 4 finals to go. Is he gonna beat the GOAT Michael Jordan? It's not looking good. It's oh my god.
That happened in what is this, 65?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Yes, it's 65.
Sam Jones.
Good. What? Did he just pick up a basketball like yesterday and start playing with some of these numbers? Like I'm looking at that and I'm like, this is so. Because look at Bill's percentages. Oh my gosh, 70% on 18 points, 25 rebounds. Bro, he was him and Sam Jones were their only reliable offense.
Yeah, people talk about Bill having a lot of Hall of Famers. I think Sam Jones is the only real Hall of Famer I've seen here.
John Havlicek. I'm sorry, I gotta put John in there because later in the series you're gonna see John Havlicek's name a lot.
Yeah, maybe. I'm just like so far, like the only Hall of Fame caliber player I'm seeing right now is Sam Jones.
Yeah, I mean, or only Finals MVP. Like, how would we even 139 points? On nearly 50% shooting to Bill Russell's 89 on 70. It's a better percentage, but 28 points though on nearly 50% shooting.
Let me look at this Lakers team.
Like maybe you could give us some more context. Let me look at the closeout game. They blew the crap out of LA in the close. Good God, bro. What the? It was a 96 to 129. They didn't even come close. And that's mostly due to Elgin Baylor being injured. In this closeout game, Bill Russell and Sam Jones just had a field day. Like they literally just killed everybody. Like the other teammates just might as well, like him and Sam Jones, like Casey Jones.
Yeah, I think the duo of Sam Jones and Bill Russell this game is what won it.
Like, bro, 10 of 19, 22 points. The free throws for Bill Russell is what's really impressive. 30 points, 22 points. Like,
for me, it's the 6 assists. Right? That's the impressive part to me in this game because that's the difference.
Yeah, I think that it's close. Can we give them co-MVP? Like,
I'll give Sam Jones second. Like how I did last time, where I gave Bill Russell second in my mind. I'm giving Sam Jones second in this time, and I'm giving it to Bill Russell.
Okay. So Bill Russell's at 5 now.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we have 3 finals to go. It looks like he's gonna tie Michael Jordan very soon.
Like in my mind, if there's an offensive tie, then it just goes to Bill Russell because
Automatically, yeah. Bill Russell, good. We don't even have to look at the stats anymore, guys. Like, oh wait,
let's see what happened in this one.
John Havlicek. I mean, he led his team in points, though. Oh, gosh. John Havlicek, but it wasn't even on the same efficiency. I mean, Bill Russell's got to take this one.
I mean, you can see John Havlicek on the come up. Sam
Yeah.
Jones is taking a backseat. Although he's still slinging it.
Yeah, I mean, he's still shooting. I mean, that's okay. That's an average percentage. Like, that's a little bit below or average. John Havlicek probably shot a little bit above average, but 90% from the free throw line. But they all got outscored by Bill Russell.
Sounds like Bill Russell just owns Jerry West.
I mean, you remember that time where they were at the Hall of Fame speech and Jerry West was just like, dang you, Bill Russell. Like, that man has hatred for that man. And it was a 7-game series, so it was actually really competitive. Like, bro, look, in Game 7, it came down to 93-95.
Mm-hmm.
People can't say Bill Russell's not clutch.
And also, Bill held them to 5 points below their average that year. So,
like, yeah, this game, Bill Russell had 25, 32, and 1. John Havlicek had 16, which he led his team in points. Sam Jones had a good game, 22 points, 47% shooting, 5 rebounds. Jerry West had 36 on 44% shooting. And this is all without Elgin Baylor. I mean, no. Yes, Elgin Baylor played. What am I talking about? Elgin Baylor really stunk up the bed. 27%. Come on, man. You can't make the I don't have help excuse anymore. You got Jerry, you got Gail Goodrich, you got LaRusso. Like, that's a comparable. They took this team to 7 games, like, and they won by 2 points in Game 7, which I believe I think this is the shot where Sam Jones made.
mm-hmm.
Which, shout out to Sam Jones, bro.
Sam Jones is a big consistent performer. Ice in his veins.
Let's see here. So that was 66, and he has now Bill Russell has 6 now.
Yeah,
that's 6. So now we look. Now these last 2 are going to be really interesting because he was player coach for these 2 championships. They beat the Los Angeles Lakers again. Gosh, I hate to be Jerry West. I would hate to be that man.
What year is this? 68,
8, I think. Yeah. Let me check.
67, right? We need to.
No, it's 667.
Yes, because that's Warriors. Wait, no, never mind. That's not. No, next one. You're right, because they weren't in this one.
68.
Yeah, 68.
Because you were looking at Will Chamberlain versus the Warriors. Yeah. That's the year that he trounced Bill Russell. The revenge.
That's
season.
the year when you decide to not average 30.
And average 22, 20, and 10, and just complete.
And they were a better team. Damn, that's crazy.
And he completely crapped over Bill Russell. Like, he literally made Bill Russell look like a joke.
Bro, when he decided to lead the league in assists, imagine if he tried to do that his entire career. Maybe his team was actually good.
Oh my goodness.
I'll stop the Wilt slander.
Oh my goodness, bro. The Will slander is real out here. Let's see here. Jerry, in this series, there's a strong case that you can make for John Havlicek.
Alright, let's see. Ooh, Havlicek. 7.
I told you. I told you were gonna see it.
On 40, that's fine, but like it really for me is the 7 assists.
Like the 7 assists, 7 and 9 rebounds. Like that's crouching triple double territory.
All right, so let's see this Lakers team. How'd they do?
Bill only shot 43. Well, I mean that's a little bit above Havlicek, but he's shooting at the rim. Like Havlicek's going to give you a little bit of shooting flexibility.
The spacing.
131
Lakers
rebounds.
Offense is the best that they've seen. Let's see what they get. That's 8 points below their average. Okay. Let me see. I'm probably giving it to John Havlicek, although Bill Russell has a defensive case.
Yeah, like John Havlicek, I'm gonna have to give him 27 points, bro. That's 27 points coming out of nowhere.
I'm more
40
on the assist. It's like the points in combination with the assist for me. Although Bill Russell does have 6 assists too. Interesting.
I mean, 8.7 rebounds, so he was second in that series. Don Nelson also did some work. Like, look at Don Nelson.
And how's Sam Jones doing? He's on the decline. He's getting old.
Yeah,
Getting
he's
up
17
there.
points, but 43. Like, yeah, that's. I know people are gonna say, "Well, you're doing a disservice," but let me look at the closeout game. The closeout game was 124 to 109, so they made him look like a. John Havlicek had 40 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists on 14 of 28, which is 50% shooting, 12 of 12 from the free throw line. I'm gonna just let us think about that for a second. This man dropped a 40-10-7 in the closeout game. I think I would narrowly, because the way that happened, I would narrowly give it to John Havlicek.
Havlicek was Kobe.
I mean, John Havlicek had better performances in the 70s. He was a monster in the 70s.
All right, let's see. 1969.
The Last Dance. And it went 7 games. So you know this is interesting. And this was the one where they gave it to Jerry West. But we're just going to give it to somebody.
Jerry West has to be mad.
Like, this man.
God, he averaged 38 per game on good efficiency, 7 assists,
49, bro. That's he nearly pulled a Jordan. Like,
and
bro,
at this point, Bill Russell was kind of out. At least offensively, like he was just showing. Havlicek with 28 points.
Oh my goodness! Like, he's second in his team. Like, bro, 20. Like, that's a large portion of offense, and 11 rebounds to go along with it. Boy, made his come up for real. Like, for real, dude made his come up in this series. Let's see, Jerry. Oh, bro,
Jerry West. Like, for me, I probably would have given it to Jerry West too.
They did.
I know. I would probably give it to Jerry West.
Like, look at these numbers. They're insane.
7.
38 points, 4.7 rebounds, 7.4 assists on 50% shooting. Like, what? 83% from the free throw line.
Johnny Egan got to step up, bro. Elgin Baylor got to step up.
Like, bro, 18 points. I expect more out of you, Elgin. 18 and 10. You know you can do better than that. You know you can get 21.
When Jerry West is dropping 38.
Like, bro, come on.
With 7 assists.
You can't. And then they have Will Chamberlain on their squad, bro. Will's got to step up.
Oh, where's Will? They do?
Yeah, look in the fourth place.
I wasn't even looking. Yeah, this
Literally
is a super team. This is a super team.
Like, isn't this like when they all got together? So this was probably the first NBA super team.
This is a super team.
Bill Russell literally be a super team. Oh my god!
Will's good defensively this series. It's just like, bro, I gotta get it to Jerry. Fuck it, like I gotta give it to Jerry.
And if we're not giving it, he's not even the second best player. I would give that to Havlicek, bro. Like 30 points, bro. He was out here carrying our boys out here. 10 rebounds,
bro. Yeah. Will was putting up pedestrian numbers, bro.
Like, what you gotta understand, he didn't have the ball in his hands like nearly at all. Like, I can understand.
I mean, if you have Jerry West, I got you. Like Jerry West playing like that, yeah, better.
Yeah. Just keep passing the ball, okay?
Although next year in the Lakers versus Knicks series, I'm looking at it right now. Will was Wilt again.
Yeah, I think it was play style. And plus, I think that has a lot to do with Elgin starting again. I think you have to blame more on Elgin because...
I'm looking at these Lakers series. I went to the next series too. I think the Lakers lost it too, but Jerry was the best in the game. Look here when they went on the team. Is Jerry a better player than
So, it's interesting, bro. Like, isn't it... Like, so how many MVPs do we have for Bill Russell now?
Like 6.
So that's tied. So he couldn't... Ooh. So he went 6 for 11.
6, and then he was the second best in 2.
Like, bro, that's a little bit disappointing. I'm not gonna lie. He might have a case for the other 2, But just from an impact standpoint, there's no way you can give 1969 to him. Like narratively,
last year I don't think you can give it to him, but I think he has a case in the
look at
his defense.
Look at 28 points a game, 28 and 11 on 45%. And Sam Jones really clutched up. Like, not a lot of people. I think they. Actually, I remember looking at a stat for this series, bro. The Celtics are the only championship team to win with the worst offense in the league. I think they had the worst offense this year, and they still won.
Mm-hmm.
And Bill Russell went out being a super team, Dirk style.
Yeah, and like that makes that. I mean, that'd be Wilson. I mean, that'd be Bill Russell's argument, right? That they didn't really they didn't win through offense, right? It's like the Tim Duncan,
Jerry West in the final game. Like in the final game for Jerry West, this is sickening, bro. This is sickening. He had 42 points, 13 rebounds, 12 assists, shot 78%, 14 of 18 for the free throw line, shot 48% for the field, bro. Oh my god!
I think this was just showing us that we need to give Jerry West his respect, especially over Wilt. Fuck it. I'm moving Jerry over Wilt on my all-time list.
Oh my god, bro! What am I? I mean, Wilt had 18. He shot 87% from the field. He had 18 of 27. But if you look, it's Elgin Baylor who was choking that, bro. He shot 36% from the field. Come on now. But he had 15 rebounds and 7 assists.
Doesn't have that clutch in him. I'm sorry.
Like, don't look at Will. He was passing the ball. It was somebody that was missing. We know who was missing. I mean, Johnny Egan, 30% from the field, 9 points. Come on, bro. You gotta step up, bro. You hit one more shot, y'all win the series. Two more points, bro. Like 2 more buckets, bro. Keith Erickson had 11, shot 18% from the field on 11 shots. Come on now, like. I'm not gonna blame Wilt for that. Because Wilt had to fit into a role where he took less shots and he played defense. But I gotta look at like Elgin, Keith Erickson, Johnny Egan. Not one of y'all jokers to shoot over 36%.
Wilt on a good team is just a worse Bill Russell.
No, wait a second now.
I mean,
you need to stop.
Right?
You need to stop.
He wasn't as good defensively. Am I right? Like that was the difference.
Like, bro, like I think that
Jerry West was there instead of Sam Jones or Sam Havlicek.
I think it's their low shooting percentage, bro. Like when you look at it, like in this game, the Celtics had 46% shooting numbers. Like I don't know how I finished that. Like I sound stupid there, but they shot 46% and the Lakers shot 40%. So the little shots, the 36%, 30, and 11 or 18 that Elgin Baylor, Keith Erickson, John Egan shot was the difference in them losing that game 7.
I mean, who was the one deterring those shots and making it harder on those guys?
I mean, I would say it's team, but like the shoot.
Like Bill Russell, like over his career. Like I don't know about the series again. I wish we had film. I really wish we do. But like,
because I think 1970 was the first NBA series where they start filming the whole series on television.
Mm-hmm. Like Bill is probably the only kind of superstar in NBA history who I can really think of. Like I'd give them the MVP based on their defense alone.
Like bro, like 42, 13, and 12 on 40% shooting, bro. Like. That's a 42. That's a triple double. Like what? On nearly 50% shooting. Like what? Can we say that this is better than a Jordan? Like he just pulled a LeBron. He pulled a LeBron 2012.
Yeah,
my man's dropped a 42 triple double.
I'm gonna die on the hill now. Jerry Overwill.
Bruh, don't make me. Don't make me.
It's just like
the hate is. The better question is Jerry over Elgin.
Obviously, Elgin's getting passenger.
Like, come on, bro. Like all these, he's not really shooting at high percentages. Like, especially when you consider the fact that he has a super team, and he's still not shooting better shots, and Wilt's giving up shots for them to take better shots.
Yeah, this is the original super team. I swear.
Like how can
it's like
you,
having
like,
Embiid and Harden, I guess. Embiid,
but
Harden.
you got to think the league was more condensed back then. But do you still have three superstars? Freaking Will sacrificing for everybody to take shots, which benefited Jerry, but it didn't benefit Elgin Baylor? Question mark. And in the game 7, Wilt showed up. He went 7 of 8. Now we can say the choke was Wilt at the free throw line, 4 of 13.
Damn.
30% from the free throw line. So if he hit like 4 free throws, they would have won the game.
Well, I'm about to dip though. This is a great.
Okay. The great. Well, yeah. I'm about to end this thing. I just want to come here and give Bill Russell his proper respect.
Yeah, we need to do a Wilt less than this than Jerry pod. Where is Wilt ranked all time? We could do that.
Oh my goodness! But guys, thank you for watching this second episode. We officially discussed and came up with the I think well enough formula to determine that out of the 11 championships that Bill Russell won, he was responsible for 6 of them. When we look at the metrics, the difference, the point differential, and just the overall stats of the series, I know that's not perfect, but it's the best that we can get right now. Unless somebody has like a secret stash of 60 games that nobody knows about, that suddenly just explodes onto the internet. So this has been Godzilla Suplex and Charles Mansfield. Thank you for being on the podcast, bro, because I know you were gonna get excited about this Bill Russell conversation. Like I know you were a huge Bill Russell fan, called him the greatest defender ever in the last one, and I know you have big respect for the Big Bill and his defense. But now, like, because nobody considers, like, we're not even considering in this conversation that the Defensive Player of the Year award did not exist until 1980.
I mean, he would have swept for 11 years. So.
Like, he would have probably swept it, and maybe one would have went to Wilt. Like, maybe...
Yeah, when Wilt went to Philly, I could see the argument for it, but I still can't see the argument for it.
Still can't see the argument. Like, defensive player... I'm surprised they didn't instate that right after Bill retired, because they talked so much about his defense. It took them, like, a decade later. After he retired,
right when he got into the league, and the Celtics went from the worst defense in the league to the best.
It's interesting how awards unfold, and plus the all defensive team I think didn't come into play until 1969. I might be wrong about that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because Bill Russell made the all defensive team, so I mean he would have made all defensive team every year of his career. Like, he's missing so many amount of awards, it's insane. Like, think about the only finals MVPs he's losing are the early ones where he had questionable impact, and then the other ones where John Havlicek basically had to average a triple double.
I think the reason
Sam Jones,
the reason why Bill Russell's the greatest defender of all time is that he deserves 11 DPOIs.
Yeah, like just no. You could say 13. Because he played 13 years.
Yeah, he did. You could say he deserved 13. I'm just gonna say 11. Take a little bit from the bag, but like he deserved a round.
No, I mean in those years where he lost,
he deserved double-digit DPOIs, and just on that alone.
Like, can I ask you something? Because you got to think about the 2 years that they lost. Wilt averaged a triple double, defended real well, beat Russell, just stomped Russell into the ground. Like, you could say he could have been Defensive Player of the Year that year,
think that version of Wilt is more like he was again all time
the greatest peak.
Like, he's
one of the greatest peaks.
That version of Wilt is the peak, where he led league in assists and decided to take a back seat in terms of scoring and focus on defense. Like, he's probably like back end of the 20s defender of all time, maybe. Maybe in those seasons he had like top 15 or so defensive seasons, but like, it was the overall thing, right? It was the fact that he was like the hub of the offense while also being an all-time defender.
But he couldn't make his teammates better, which we can see except when he averaged a triple-double. And actually, there's another stat here. Bill Russell in his finals, out of the 70 finals games that he played, which, whoa, like 70 finals games.
Dominant.
He averaged 45 minutes a game, 16.4 rebounds, 60.4 points, 24.5 rebounds, like I would just say that round out to 6 field goals made, 13 field goals missed or attempted, and he shot 45% from the field, 61% from the free throw line, 4.6 of 7.5. He played 3,185 minutes in the finals, and he has 1,151 points, 1,718 points or rebounds in his NBA Finals career, and he has 225 personal fouls.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
dude literally lived in the finals. Like,
yeah.
so thanks for everybody watching, and we will see you guys on the next episode. Peace to you, Charles Banfield. See you on the next episode, and we will see you guys later.